Hi, my name is Matt. I'm an aspiring web developer, and this is a quick demonstration of a full stack project I built. It is just a prototype. It did not make it to production, but it has a number of fun features that I think make it worthy of a portfolio piece to show a potential employer. So this is my brother Rob. He's an attorney here in Kansas City, and he contacted me asking about how he could make his website more SEO friendly. So the research I did on it led me to build this site. The first thing I learned is that the single page applications I've been building with Create React App are not good for SEO. So I had to learn server-side rendering, and I use this as an opportunity to learn the NextJS framework, which allows me to build server-side rendered apps using React, the framework that I'm used to using. So let's just get started here. We'll sign in. Now I've built a number of authentication systems from scratch, and this time I used Firebase, which made my life so much easier. I'm so glad I learned about that. So let's just log in here as an administrator, and it drops me off at an admin dashboard. Now what we have here are messages that come from his contact form. This is vanilla JavaScript implementation of a contact form. I took this photo just to make it a little bit more visually interesting. I think that's kind of fun. So now when a user fills out this form, they'll send a message, and it goes to his new messages, and if he has not read it, it's in bold. Once he reads it, it goes to regular font. So for the SEO aspect of it, for a website to have good SEO, it needs to have regularly updated content. So I made that easy for him to make blog posts directly from his website. So he can create a new blog. And the best part about this is the information that he fills out in these forms automatically populates the index.html head tag. So for SEO, you need meta tags and descriptions and titles, and all that is populated dynamically from what he puts in here. And he can select different categories and all that, and it will publish the blog here. So what's more, this is my favorite part. This is sort of an naive implementation of Google Analytics. This with the vanilla JavaScript here in SocketIO. When a user visits his page, it will take note of what page they visited first, so their first impression. And then after that, it keeps track of each individual user's entire history, every page they visit. So let's keep an eye on this blue area right here. It's at 90 right now. And if a new user visits his web page, we'll open another browse here, he gets a notification that a user is on his page, and that went up to 91 in real time, which I thought was pretty fun, and I enjoyed doing the data visualization aspect of that. This is the first time I've ever made a pie chart, and I used the Nevo library for that. So what else here we have? So this is sort of the icing on the cake. It has nothing to do with SEO. So if a new client contacts him, he has this form he can fill out. He can choose a photo if he has a photo, put some basic information, sort of an intake form, and he can start a new investigation. Now what happens is this gets added down here under cases of investigation, and he can click on this and edit the photo, edit the notes, and he can choose to decline the case. If he declines a case, then the case gets this added to it. Now, if he decides to reopen the investigation, well, reopen it, and that goes away. And then he can choose to accept the case. And if he chooses to accept the case, it moves into this category here. This is not implemented, but this would be like a file system that an attorney would keep of every case he opens. And so he would have this on his website rather than an actual physical paper folder. So that's about it for this app. It was a pretty big learning experience for me, and it sent me in the direction of using Next.js and server-side rendering, and a little bit of data visualization and SocketIO and all that. So anyway, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.